All right, guys, it's about that time. It is time for Rico's Nano Tank Challenge November update. So let's talk about this tank and let's talk about some things going on in here. Well, things are doing a lot better now that I found out that my DKH was low. For those of you who've been following, you know that I've been actually using an API test kit, and I thought, I was about 8 to 9 DKH. And then I ended up getting the HANA Checker, and boy, was I wrong. It was actually in the sixes. So I was not happy about that at all. I ended up went from dosing 1 milliliter to two, being like, oh, it's great, to after the HANA Checker, I am now dosing 5.7 milliliters a day. I usually split it up, doses up. I usually do sometimes in the morning and then the other half at night. And then I'll end up maybe doing a couple hours apart, just not to raise everything so quick. Oh, look, my banded possum rants is out saying hi to everybody today. He's definitely gotten a lot braver since he's been in here for so long. He's more used to people coming around, and he doesn't hide in the rocks so much anymore. He's probably think he's going to get some food, but I usually put a couple mysis in there for him, and he loves them. So anyway, back to the DKH. So ever since I started doing that, I have noticed a big difference in my zoas. They seem to be open a lot more, especially stargazers in the front. And a lot of other corals just seem happier. I do feel if I caught this earlier, I would have had a lot better growth than I've had before. But I didn't. I'm glad I did catch it, and I didn't lose anything over it. Everything was, still doing good and it's definitely stable. The bird's nest is doing really well. It's one of the easier to keep SPSs. But I just love the way it's growing and how it looks. Now the Sunset Monopora is something that I did see a difference in. I started to get a little bleaching underneath. I was trying to figure out why. Obviously, now I know it had to deal with the actual alkalinity, I believe. I thought maybe could have been a pest in there or something messing with it, so I was keeping an eye on it, checking it at nighttime with a flashlight. And nope, ever since I put the DKH back on track, the polyps started coming back out, that places that were not bleached, and it seems to be doing a lot better. Now my hammer is doing good. I actually started out, with the one head. Now I have three, and kind of have a little bud on the side, which is starting to come out, which is definitely a good thing and a good sign. Over here, my leather's doing good. My Gogonian's doing good, but I do have a little hair algae at the base, so I'll just pluck that out with some tweezers, as I do my water change and size some things out. Let's see, get a little side profile here, the bird's nest and everything. So as far as that goes, like I said, everything's doing better with alkalinity. I have been also dosing calcium as well. I'm doing 10 milliliters of that. And I did move my Aiken. As you can see, it's right there in the center now. I did have the two Aikens on the side. They kind of started getting a little too big and are kind of touching one another. It wasn't a big deal, but the fact is that they was pressing up against the glass, and I didn't really like the way that was looking. So in order to make a little bit more room over there, I figure I'll move him to the center. The current's not too strong over there. He looks happy. And then I have a Blasto that was originally in the front of the tank, which I ended up putting off to the side where the one Aiken was in order to create a little bit more room. Now, with this tank, after the competition's done, I'm actually going to end up breaking it down. I know a lot of you are probably like, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this tank, bring it downstairs, and I'm going to put it in my 29-gallon BioCube that I have. So I'm going to try to set this up exactly the same way you see it now, and I'm probably going to have, I'll have a lot more room, obviously, and I'm going to add to it and just continue to grow it out downstairs. So I'll probably maybe give you guys some updates if you like as time goes on as well. So that's my plans for this tank after the competition. So I definitely like it, though. I definitely learned a lot from trying to keep a lot of stuff in a small little, volume of water. I definitely like the bird's nest. Even from the top here, I'll have to turn the pumps off, and take some pictures maybe for you guys and do some, top-down shots. But it's actually grown right to the surface, which is pretty cool. It's definitely colored up, and I love the color of this thing. I know it's an easier to keep coral, but I just like it. It's one of the corals that I always wanted when I first started doing saltwater, and I just like the way it looks. And the sunset is doing well up on the top surface, but like I said, the color on the bottom, it's doing better though. So that about wraps everything up, and I guess that's enough of me, just rambling. But thanks for following, and well, look forward to talking to you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching.